Here we use a bit more AI to try to identify as well from inside the meeting. We're looking at, okay, are there any tasks that resulted out of this meeting, right? Some people might have, some of the members inside the meeting have some things to do for some due dates and so on. And then we want to understand, okay, how is this meeting related to some of the projects that we have inside the company? And then try to identify where is the right project and the right folder to sync that meeting to. So then we have, again, we're getting the meetings. We're aggregating all the text from the meeting for analysis. And then we have another prompt for an AI to analyze the meeting. As well here, very important, we are passing as well the participant emails, right, from the meeting, because we want also the AI to try to understand, okay, if there is a task, who that task need to be assigned to, and what is the email address of that task. This will not work 100% of the time, because sometimes you might have some members that join multiple people from the same computer or same conference room, so then you don't know exactly, but it will do a guess, right? And then inside my decision making on the identifying the task owner, I do have a fallback to go to the meeting host, right? So if I cannot identify an email, I would just use the meeting host as the task owner, and then they will reassign that to a different owner. So in case of ClickUp, there is an endpoint to list members, right? So here, if I go for the ClickUp of my organization inside members, I can get all the members and I can get all the email addresses of those members. And then I have here just a simple mapping where I'm getting out of those members, I'm getting the ID of ClickUp for the user email that was identified by the AI. And in case it's, and then I also do that for the host ID, just to have both of those. Let's say you want to do this for a different project management software, and that project management software doesn't have a list members for your ClickUp. Then you can use also like a simple switch, right? You put few inside this module, just put the different email addresses, and then you put the IDs of that system inside. And then you can use this as your mapping reference for creating the tasks. And then you have a fallback in case, I cannot identify, just put this on an assistant or something, and then they will reassign the task to the right person. So that's the first part in identifying the task, identifying the owner. And then we go into, okay, where do we save that? So for saving that, we're in case of a project management ClickUp, we get all the folders for the project, we aggregate that as text, and then we ask the AI, in this case, to try to identify based on the title of the meeting, to try to identify which folder should be selected for that. In this case, again, we are also passing the folder IDs to the AI, because that will be the ID that we create the task to. Very similar, we do it for the list. Again, we're selecting the list. And we're asking always to return these IDs. If that ID is missing, for example, just select the first one, right? Because some of the projects, the list might not be named, or there might be some just one list, and we just use that. And then the final one, we just create a task where we assign the task based on the task name identified by AI. We add the content to it, and then we assign either the owner ID if that was identified. If not, we just assign it to the host. Because the host usually it's somebody from your company, and always it should always match to something, right? Because you're controlling those email addresses inside MeetGeek to be the same as the ones in your project management software. If not, you just put it in the switcher, whichever you want, and it will still work. Okay, so if we do a short test on this, give me just 1 second to get my ClickUp. Okay. Okay. I have a different meeting here, which is probably a short one or ongoing. Let me put the meeting ID here equals to it's okay. So now I have a meeting. It's the host name, one of my colleagues, Marius. I have a title from a project there. And then now the AI will come back with a list of tasks. So we have the different tasks from AI with who's the owner. And then step by step, the AI will identify the folder, the list, and create it there, right? So then if I go back now, if we go to ClickUp, you're going to see that in my test projects, I have a test project called QuickTrans, and the AI was able to then, okay, that's the one that where it needs to go, and here's the list of tasks with the estimated due date and an owner for those tasks. I hope that's useful. Yeah, the limitation is just what we are imagining, right? I showed this flow this morning to my colleague Marius, who's a PM, right? And his first thing was like, okay, I want this scenario as well, but can you also send me a notification in Slack for this message? Can you also do this and that? And I'm like, yes, the story never ends. Everybody wants their own customization on it, but that's the nice part about having tools like Make to be able to customize it to your business process.